Welcome back, guys, to another Shoutcast. This time it's Tempo Storm versus Rise Nation. This was another Gosu Weekly that went on, and this was the final match between them in the grand finals. Between now the newly renamed Northern Gaming, they got picked up by Tempo Storm. They finally got sponsored, so one of the last, I would say, moderate or good teams to get picked up. So congrats to them, man. Good job for those guys. They did a good job. I like them.
Yeah, I got to root for Tempo Storm. I'm a video editor for Tempo Storm, so my money's on them. I haven't actually seen this game yet, so should be fun.
Yeah. So I like the lineup Tempo Storm is doing. Generally, I like on this map on Sanctum, I do like Zarya Roadhog as a composition, and it's just pretty effective because there's a lot of ways you can enter.
Yeah, well, and the hook just basically can reach pretty much any point in this map.
Yeah.
So both sides are kind of rotating all the way around, trying to fight for the high ground. They're just doing a big circular motion here.
Yeah.
Everyone's just trying to get that initial pick, and whoever gets that pick first is going to control the flow of this first point.
Sanctum, unlike other maps, is about holding because there's a lot of choke points on it. So it's whoever can hold the point first. So
there
really
we go.
cares.
We have a nice Zarya shield on the Reaper. Reaper's going in very deep. Oh, nice hook.
Oh no, he was very unlucky there. He couldn't get the
he missed the second shot, so very unfortunate for Mangachu right there.
And Naptime has got a great position. Same with the McCree.
Oh, wow, see that's exactly how this works. That's why they were playing so safe at the beginning. They were all rotating in a big circle trying to go for that pick because once one person falls, which happened to Mangachu there, it just means your team is going to lose that point and it will be pretty difficult to get it back.
And Rise Nation has an ultimate advantage. A lot of their guys are closer because of that fight as well. Spirit really took off, so they're gonna have the Zarya combo.
Yeah,
with
they're gonna have. They almost have 5 ults on
look at this
Rise
position.
Nation.
It's just so hard to get in because you run right into a choke and then you get hit by Zarya. And there's no really way. And B-Drops actually managed to get Midnight, which is kind of surprising. I don't think that should have happened.
Well, he was really low on health. He walked out with like 50 HP. But again,
Rise Nation really smart. They saved their ultimates. They knew they were going to win the fight, so their DPS and supports saved their ultimates for the fight.
That was very smart of them. They knew they had an ultimate advantage, and so they knew that they didn't have to waste them all because if they used them all right there, then it would be an easy takeback.
And they knew Tempo Storm was going to get their ultimates as well, so they were trying to have some counteractive to it. So. Good on them, saving their ults, getting ready for the next fight.
Again, nice fight on the high ground there.
Oh, can he get a good McCree ult? Let's see. Oh, he manages to get... Spirit got it.
Yeah.
That was nice. Manages to pick up both DPS, it seems. So this is actually going to be hard for Tempo Storm to win because they have no DPS characters up.
Well, the issue here is with not having Winston is actually kind of a detriment to Tempo Storm here because... we're seeing the McCree from Rise Nation just sitting in the back, and he's just doing whatever he wants. He's just shooting at everyone. He has nobody really contesting him.
Yeah, I do think though, if they had won the first fight, the Roadhog pick would have worked out because they would have had maintained the control of the room. Yeah. But since they don't have the control of the room, it's so hard to get inside there because they don't have Winston to jump in.
Yeah, it's very hard to engage with a Roadhog. So it's not a great. Especially if he's not getting hooks, which is what's happening right now. Oh, a beautiful ultimate. See, that's what I'm saying. McCree just is not being contested. Look at the 3-man. X-Retzi, I think is how you say his name. Yeah,
great first point by Rise Nation. I think Tempo Storm should change stuff up, but Rise Nation, they controlled the high ground. I even like the Genji pick. Generally, like that's something I don't often see. I see a lot of Tracers with McCree because Tracer can move around that map really quickly on all fronts. So... good on them for making it work out. So
yeah, they definitely use that well. But X-Retzi, he was just, as I was saying, he has no one contesting him. Nothing is stopping him from just getting in those headshots. And he comes obviously so well with Zenyatta. Zenyatta's just scored.
Oh, I love look at the comp. They're going triple support, triple tank. I actually love that about Shrine, is because since it's such an open map, you're going to take hits. And I've seen a lot of teams do this on this specific map where they purposely go triple tank, triple support because you can get your ults really fast. And they do the Zenyatta
and it's
version.
also a pretty good map for line of sight, so it's very good for a lot of supports, especially like Ana
and Zenyatta.
And Zenyatta and Lucio. All 3 of these are line of sight healers, so it's very, very effective.
Yeah, and they take the Winston over the Reinhardt. I actually am a bigger fan of that, especially because a lot of people run mobile characters like Genji or Tracer. And you're able to get more of a harass on that
Very
side.
good kills here, though, by Rise Nation. Tempo Storm, it was a big, big mistake there, I think, by Mini. He went in and he had no line of sight from his healers. He just jumped in headlong and was instantly blown up. You have 3 healers, so play around them, use them. So there was just, I think, a lack of communication there on Tempo Storm's behalf. They're definitely working towards that Ana ultimate. I think that's what they're working towards. They're probably going to just ult. Yeah, they're
and this is the way they should have engaged initially: is go through the front and just be aggressive and be in line of sight, as you were saying.
Yeah, Winston's doing a great job here. Mini's doing a great job. There you go. That's
it's
all
fine
he
if he
needs to do.
dies because he took 2 people out of the fight, and Mangachu gets a triple kill during that and gets the point. And now Mangachu and Yuma's Hoofy, the Zarya player, what a mouthful of a name, have their ultimate combination. And the thing is that I really like is, like as you were saying last time, Mini went around the right side, but now he just went straight up front through the center, and that's what you need to do with tank support comps, is you just need to go like in the midst of the fight, get as much healing as possible, stack your ultimates, and then just bully the fight.
Rise Nation is leading in with a Lucio ultimate. We're seeing some
the combo,
my goodness,
here we
the
go.
Graviton. Oh my goodness.
And the Zenyatta ult was slightly late by Rise Nation there. Like, it didn't save the Winston, and now they're at a disadvantage in the fight.
Wow, that's pretty surprising. I was actually thinking Rise Nation was going to win that fight. They had an ultimate advantage.
Yeah, they took out all the supports as well. Tempo Storm lost all their supports, but they lost most of their guys because their own Zenyatta didn't heal the rest of them up.
Yeah, they had
on point.
Yeah, okay. Actually, X-Retzy here is swapping from McCree, and he's going for Tracer. I think this is a good choice because McCree can be countered by Roadhog, and he can be countered by Winston if Winston's being healed as much as he is.
And for all of his damage, he can't like burst a Roadhog essentially, and Tracer can get on these supports a lot better, and that's a huge part of getting through these. Mangachu's on point. Like, even when he's not landing hooks, he's doing a lot of damage with just his shots. And as we see, Tracer's already in the back line, takes out the Zenyatta, and is causing a huge disruption. And Rise Nation is going to win the fight. I think this swap is great. Already, Tracer has ultimate, especially since you're against tanks as well. She gets ultimate really
I feel
fast.
like there's some seriously sloppy play here because the ultimate advantage was for Tempo Storm in that fight, and they lost that fight. So, like, basically what's happening here is any team that has the ultimate advantage is ultimately losing.
Hey, man, it's a very backwards game. We got to give it to them. And
here we go. We're going to have Winston jump in again. Nice. He's getting on those supports, chasing down that Lucio.
The Lucio.
I would have been looking for the Zenyatta instead of Lucio. Nice Graviton there. They're able to get a double off of that. Yeah. Zenyatta's all by himself. See, this is very interesting. That's very poor positioning by the Zenyatta. He wasn't in line of sight or anything. He was just way off by himself.
Yeah.
And this is not good right there. FaZe there, he should have immediately just wiped and died because now his death is delayed, and so they won't have a 6-man push for a little while.
What is Mini doing? This is so risky.
I
know they're trying to get on point because Tempo Storm was so close to getting the percentage. But
yeah, I don't think it was risky of him because he knew that both supports were dead. And so he knew that he could go in there and possibly get another pick or just harass and force them.
I did not notice the percentage was at 90%. I thought they were at 70. So I thought
I think totally reasonable. He was trying to zone them out at the last mark. I think it was a total throw by Rise Nation.
Mini
there.
was a genius. I did not notice it was 90%.
He's a wizard.
See, that's the difference between me and Mini. I forget to look at the percentage. So
Yeah, it was a big throw there. They could have had one more push if Locky and FaZe.
Tempo Storm still going the triple support and tank. And I think Rise Nation is not respecting that. I think they need to go Tracer and Reaper and like have Reaper be on the front line with a Zarya and have Tracer chase down the supports with a Winston. That's what needs to happen.
Yeah, Genji is a very bad pick against triple tank. It's just, and even
he might get ult, but he can't do anything with it.
Well, there's 3 supports that you can attempt to kill, but yeah, the amount of healing there is so hard for him to just burst anyone. And Reaper would be so much stronger in this lineup.
And with 2 ultimates, and Tempo Storm's taking advantage because even if he gets the ultimate, you have Lucio and Zenyatta ult to counter him, and that's just so hard to get through.
What a good job they were able to push out, and their supports are just being so well protected.
Swaps to Tracer, already has 90% ult charge. He died as McCree, went Tracer, harassed him a little bit, and it's already close to ult.
Yeah, well, that's what's going to happen with triple tank, but the thing is, there's so many support ultimates that will keep his team alive.
Yeah, I think they just need to have a big rework on his composition, because I think they might not be used to it, or they might just be too stubborn right now.
Yeah, and also the thing is,
he locks out the supports in the room. They can't heal the team. And he takes out the Lucio. Great positioning there.
Yeah, great zoning.
Mini did so good. Mini definitely carried that fight.
Yeah, Mini's been doing a great job in his positioning. He went up there with his shield and then was just swinging left and right at the supports, forcing them away, blocking that line of sight, making them essentially useless for these flankers. There we go. Finally, Spirit is swapped to Reaper. That should have happened a long, long time ago.
But why did he go back to McCree? Especially when there's a Reinhardt. It just feels like so out of place.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he's sticking on. Oh, nice Graviton, but there we go. Locky is using his ultimate as Zenyatta, keeping his team alive, but ultimately the
two-man advantage.
Yeah, but ultimately Naptime uses his ult as well, and there's just so much sustainability. When these fights drag out, this is the thing. If fights drag out for a long period of time, Tempo Storm's composition is always going to win because they're just going to out-sustain you with the amount of heals they have.
The slow game goes in the advantage of the tank comp because they have higher HP and it doesn't matter what you do.
And look at that. They're already getting their ultimates up again. Look at that. Ana is getting close to her ult. They're getting their ult so fast.
I think Rise Nation's confused. I don't think they know what to do.
Yeah, I think they're just probably not familiar with playing against this sort of lineup.
And they're trying their best. Good ultimate by him. They get a 4-man. He's going in aggressively. The Winston's in there. But Spirit gets taken down. So does X-Retzy. Even when they had a great attack on there, Tempo Storm didn't even have Zenyatta ult to block it. They only had Lucio ult. They only had one of their main ultimates. And Rise Nation couldn't take them down. They had a great setup going, but it's just they fell apart.
Oh, here we go. We have an Ana ultimate. Who is it on? Is it on Ryan? Oh, it doesn't even matter.
They already captured the point. So Rise Nation needs to look back at the drawing board. They need to figure out what are they doing wrong here, because they had the first point. They got the advantage on Sanctum and went with it, and then Tempo Storm did a really smart change. They said, let's go triple tank, triple support, and see what happens here. And it's right now working in their favor. And I think hopefully Tempo Storm stays with it because it's just working. And they don't deviate, right? And good Winston swap. I like him a lot more on Sanctum. He can get across the map a lot faster.
He's going to be able to jump to those supports who are trying to
Rise Nation, they said, if you can't beat it, join them. They do the exact same composition, except with the Reinhardt, which I don't really agree with on Sanctum.
Well, it looks actually like Tempo Storm is actually switching back to Reinhardt.
Really? I'm kind of confused why.
I honestly would stick with a Winston, but maybe they're just wanting to really fight for that high ground.
Cool. Dude, welcome to Season 2 meta. Triple tank, triple support. The Overlords are here.
And nice hook there.
Right between the shield and
Yes, they were able to. And nice boop there by Bread Expert. Wow, nicely done. He actually speed boosted into the enemy line and was able to knock him out.
Rise Nation they fell apart because they were just so poorly positioned. They never left the corner because they were too afraid to approach. They didn't know where Tempo Storm was coming from. Tempo Storm saw that, and then they sped boost with Lucio and held them in the corner.
And look at the difference here. Spirit is only at 60%, and B dropped here has already got ultimate. That's huge. An Ana ultimate on a Rhine here he could just destroy a whole team as long as he just doesn't get put to sleep.
Definitely.
Yep, here we go. He's going to be going in. Nice Zarya shield, probably preventing the sleep.
Oh, and he's chasing down the supports.
There you go, chasing down the supports. Excellent.
Oh my goodness.
Really nice cleanup.
He and Hui went in and did that.
Yeah, and the Zarya from Tempo Storm stopped the sleep, which was massive, because if he got put to sleep, then it would have been a very different team fight. It would have been a 5v6.
So that's an important thing about Engage. Even though he might be super buff, you need to stop the sleep. So you need to shield him with a Zarya if you're playing her.
Yeah.
So
nice Graviton catching the whole team. But we do have some support ultimates coming out from Rise Nation, but it really just doesn't matter.
I think Rise Nation is just so uncomfortable with this composition. They got bullied in the corner at the start, and now they can't even get in. And they keep losing every fight. Even when Sundays they have ultimate advantage. Like right now, Tempo Storm obviously has ultimate advantage, but Tempo Storm's not really using their ults. They'll use Ana ult, and then they'll use Zarya ult, and that's all they use.
All right, we're going to have a Graviton here. Graviton coming in, and it should work really well.
No, Mangachu knocks him out.
Oh, wow.
Mangachu knocks him out, and Locke has a great ult as well. And Naptime quickly gets taken down.
Despero was able to get a support, though. Yeah, here we go. They're getting some kills in there. Nice boop there by FaZe, knocking off Mangachu. So, there we go. They finally got the point, but it did require... pretty much
they were
pretty
close to losing the fight. If Naptime had not died on the initial engage, because Mangachu got his ultimate off. He knocked him away. If Mangachu hadn't got like shot there, he could have popped his ultimate, and they would have all survived.
It was good though that Rise Nation didn't have to use all their ultimates. They still have an ultimate advantage now, and they were on par. The ultimate advantage was the same just a moment ago, but now they're up by 1, which is good.
It all came down to one Zenyatta ult. That's all it came down to. That's how important it is.
Oh,
great hook.
Nice hook.
Denies the charge.
Yep, stops that charge.
And X-Rexy going in, but he gets... he put to sleep. That's why the Zarya shield.
Nice hook. There we go. Oh, but the Zarya shield to follow up. Oh, nice. Earth Shatter.
Minnie is on point this game.
Yeah, Minnie has been doing great positioning.
Oh, he shot her before she could put up her shields, and she's solo health now.
There we go. Wow. That fight was clearly... Oh, my goodness.
Mangachu got too hypey in that play. He was very excited. He wanted to kill him and got booped off.
Minnie did a great job ulting there, and then he was also just giving... He's relieving a lot of pressure from his supports. He's just going in there and just taking all the aggro as a tank should do.
Good at Earth Shatters. And Tempo Storm can give up the point. They're in a percentage advantage. They just want to get a good fight. Good Graviton.
Nice Graviton.
Minnie's in the back getting good hits. Got
nice. Mangachu with his... Oh my goodness. Zenyatta came in way too late. I wouldn't even ulted.
Mangachu with a 4-man knocked 2 of them off the map at the very end.
Oh, is that a 5-man?
He got a 5-man. Yeah, he got a 5-man.
Wow.
He knocked 2 of them off the map and then blasted the rest with his gun. That was pretty
that Zenyatta was incredibly... I couldn't... Because of the camera, I couldn't see where he was, but he came in after like 3 members of his team died, which is
Did he die from the last fight and had to respawn?
Wow, Mangachu.
And Rise Nation does a quick composition swap. They're getting characters that get there quickly, and they just can't do it. Mangachu is just...
wow, what a boop.
Mangachu and Minnie have been on point this entire match. Mangachu is getting great shots.
To do a little troll hook there.
Mangachu has been getting great shots. Minnie is getting great Earth Shatters, and his positioning has been great in a lot of fights, especially with his Reinhardt. I'm kind of surprised that Rise Nation didn't go Winston with the tank comp and just like try and rush it down and just get past the Reinhardt, but definitely Minnie deserves to play the game. He had a lot of good clutch plays.
Well, actually, I think Mangachu should have had it. Mangachu...
On that 5-man?
Yeah, well, he's doing excellent here right now. Minnie just sweeping.
Hey man, he got a 6-man right there. Are you kidding me? I know he was swinging, but you know, but very well played. But Mangachu, look at 50 kill ones,
60% kill participation.
I think that just came down to Rise Nation just not knowing the matchup at all.
Yeah, it appeared they didn't know the comp very well, how to play it, but also how to play against it, and so I think it'll ultimately just really hurt them in the long run.
Well, yeah, good game to Tempo Storm. Congrats on their... I think that was their first sponsored tournament as Tempo Storm, and they got a victory. They beat out the Korean team Kongdu, I believe is their name, and they got a solid victory. They came back from the losers bracket to take the victory. So congrats to them, and hopefully they have more success throughout future and bigger tournaments.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Chilip, for joining me on this Shoutcast. We will see
pleasure.
you guys hopefully in the future for more Shoutcasts to come. Farewell.
Catch up.